Hello, welcome to Writing with Dev, lesson number 24. This is my fourth in my... See, perfect is the enemy of good. You know, you just got to keep on going. This is my fourth in my series of 10 top 10s. So this is top 10 things about writing. So today is top 10 writing quotes. Number 10, coming at you with a bullet, is Dorothy Parker's quote. I hate writing, but I love having written. It's amazing when you tell a group of writers that quote, and some of them go, oh yeah, and others have never heard it before, and they just go, you just see them, you see these thought bubbles above their head basically saying, so it's not just me. No, it's not just you. Number 9 top writing quote is from Maya Angelou. There is no greater agony than bearing an untold story inside you. I think people write for 3 reasons, and I think sometimes it's all 3. I think one of the reasons people write is to empty their brain and get that thing out of them, almost like give themselves an exorcist, you know, get rid of that demon inside them. They just literally empty their brain. Another reason that people write is because they want it to be read. People, they go, I want this to be read because I want people to see me as a writer, or I want people to know about this thing that's going on. I want to share this kind of amazing information that I'm passionate about with these people. Another reason that people want to write is to record. Often they want to, there's something that has gone on in the past or is going on now that they want to get down and have the truth there, the proof there, so that it's there written in stone, and it gives them a sense of peace, but it also gives them a sense of purpose because they're leaving behind what they think is really important information and passing it on to other people. This thought for the people who are the recorders that people may not know about this is really a great torment. Writing quote number 8. If you've ever been to my Gunners Writing Masterclass or my retreats, you would have heard this. Andy Warhol says, don't think about art, just get it done. Let everyone else decide if it's good or bad, and while they are deciding, make even more art. Sometimes I think that an artist is simply someone who starts something, finishes it, and then starts something else. And I always say to people, don't ask anyone how to get there unless they've been there, because there's a lot of people who've got a lot of advice about how to live your life, and often in areas that either they're not terribly successful in, and sometimes areas that they have no interest or expertise in at all whatsoever. Andy Warhol, he just kept pumping it out. By the way, that is a great YouTube documentary if you ever want to watch, or you can just listen to it. The long, I think it's something like 6 hours about Andy Warhol. It's amazing. Highly recommend. Writing quote number 7. I used it up the front of my very own book that I wrote about writing called Use Your Words, out through Black Ink Books. You can also get the ebook if you like. Toni Morrison says, the purpose of freedom is to free other people. So personally, that's how I feel. Writing has saved my life and the life of my sons. But writing saves lives all the time. The writing of words is cathartic and life-changing, but so too the reading of words. So let's all try to free ourselves and each other by writing for ourselves and by sharing it with others. When we feel like it, if we feel like it, we don't have to. It's up to you. Writing quote number 6. DOCTOROW says, it's like driving a car at night. You never see further than the headlights, but you can make the whole trip that way. I'm sure you can understand what that quote is about. I think that people who haven't written a big piece, or the kind of piece that they're embarking on, or have lost their confidence, they think that you need to know everything before you start. And you might know everything before you start, but chances are, even if you know everything before you start, you'll change it along the way. So you only ever need to see as far as the headlights, because as soon as you do something, that moves you forward, and then it's illuminating the next bit. I know when you empty your brain and you get it out, it allows other stuff to jump into place. Now, Voltaire may or may not have said number 5, but let's pretend that he did. To find out who rules over you, simply find out who you are not allowed to criticise. So I know that for a lot of people with writing, and even though I say write like no one's going to read it, write like your family are dead, write like you're going to burst into flames as soon as your writing project or your writing block has finished. If you think I am worried about criticising my industry, my family, my culture, my religion, if you're concerned about their criticism, you've got to realise that they've got a real hold on you and they have a vested interest in you not speaking up. It's this kind of, you know, real or imagined policing. Hell is truth seen too late, and the truth will set you free. There have been so many things in my life that I've seen privately and publicly on the big stage where the thought was, oh, you can't possibly criticise whatever it is, this politician or this religion or whatever. You can't possibly criticise those things. Because if you do, I don't know, the world will explode. And when people have done that, it's been nothing but illuminating and liberating and revealing. So I encourage you to see the truth and speak it anyway. Be the kid that's telling everybody that the emperor is not wearing any clothes. Number 4, Marcus Aurelius. I love Marcus Aurelius. Feel free to check out and trawl through some of his quotes. He says, never let the future disturb you. You will meet it, if you have to, with the same weapons of reason which today arm you against the present. So that's just saying, I want you to know that when you're writing, you go, how am I going to find the ending? How am I going to keep going? How am I going to get this finished? It's like whatever has got you here is going to keep you going and will propel you to whatever end it is that you need or want. Number 3, I know you were wondering when I was going to mention Virginia Woolf. Well, she happens to be number 3. Writing's like sex. First you do it for love, then you do it for your friends, and then you do it for money. Quote number 2, again, if you've been to my gunners, I guarantee you've heard this quote. Leonardo da Vinci says, art's never finished, it's just abandoned. How good we want something to be and how good we imagine it could be and how good as we can get it within our ability of time, talent, context, form, word count, that's when we just go, oh, we're going to have to let it go. Art is never finished, it's just abandoned. So know if you feel like it's not done or it's not perfect, Leonardo da Vinci was with you, and as far as I'm concerned, that's good enough. Number 1, Theodore Roosevelt said, do what you can, where you are, with what you have. I think it's just such a logical quote, and I think that many people may have said this in many different ways. When you're struggling to work out what it is you can do or what you should do, just simply think, do what you can, where you are, with what you have. And I will tell you myself, when you don't know what to do, do anything. Because if you don't know, it really doesn't matter. Thanks for joining me again today. There's a link in the comments to all my other online classes and to show you ways you can donate to my little cry for help, because every time you spend $1, you are voting on how you want the world to be. Supported by the City of Melbourne COVID-19 Arts Grants.